Emotional balance is a term we've all heard before, but what does it really mean to live a life where our emotions are in harmony? It's a state where we can navigate life's ups and downs with ease, respond to challenges instead of reacting impulsively, and maintain a sense of inner peace and calm. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want that? But here's the thing. Many of us struggle to understand and manage our emotions. We get caught up in the whirlwind of our feelings and can't seem to find a way out. We might lash out at our loved ones or turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms like substance abuse or avoidance. We might even tell ourselves that we're just too emotional or that we're not cut out for this whole adulting thing. One of the biggest challenges we face is the sheer complexity of our emotions. We're not just dealing with happy, sad, or angry. We're dealing with a vast spectrum of feelings that can shift and change in an instant. It's like trying to navigate a stormy sea without a map or a compass. No wonder we end up feeling lost and overwhelmed. And that's exactly what happens when we don't understand our emotions. We become slaves to them. We react impulsively, make poor decisions, and end up stuck in patterns of behavior that sabotage our relationships, our careers, and our overall well-being. It's a vicious cycle that's hard to break, but it's not impossible. Let's take a closer look at some of the emotions we experience on a daily basis. There's happiness. Of course, the warm, fuzzy feeling we get when something good happens. But what about the not-so-obvious emotions like frustration, anxiety, or disappointment? These emotions can be just as powerful, but we often struggle to identify them, let alone deal with them in a healthy way. Take anxiety, for example. It's that nagging feeling in the pit of your stomach that something is off, even when everything looks fine on the surface. It's the constant what-ifs and maybes that keep us up at night, the fear of the unknown that paralyzes us from taking action. And yet, anxiety is just a signal that something needs to change. It's our body's way of telling us to take a closer look. Or take anger, for instance. It's that fiery passion that drives us to stand up for ourselves or fight for what we believe in. But it can also be a destructive force that damages relationships and burns bridges. The key is to recognize when anger is a legitimate response and when it's just a mask for deeper emotions like fear or hurt. Developing emotional intelligence is a game changer when it comes to achieving emotional balance. It's the ability to recognize and understand our emotions as well as those of others. It's not about suppressing or denying our feelings, but about recognizing and working with them. It's the capacity to empathize, to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and see things from their perspective. And it's the willingness to take responsibility for our own emotions, to own up to our mistakes and make amends when necessary. Thanks for joining me on this journey of emotional discovery.